Okay, let's go to topic
NCT. All right. Anyways, topic 4. It's the one I was upset about earlier. Andrew can lead this topic, I guess, since he hasn't led one yet.
All right. Hold on. Let me just go to the Dramafever. All right. So this topic is going to be a discussion / Jacob rant about they shut down Dramafever.
It's mostly me just like telling a story about how I found
I'm not
out.
gonna have too much to talk about because I didn't use it, but I can chime in.
I mean, I didn't start using Dramafever just to like get that out of the way. I didn't start using
$12
Dramafever
a year.
Well, no, because I have Verve, so I had
yeah.
Dramafever just immediately. I didn't end up using it until this year when I got really sick from the flu. I just watched nonstop episodes of Running Man, and that got me through my flu season. So for those that don't know, Dramafever is a Korean, sometimes Japanese, and sometimes Chinese drama website where they, for like $12 a month or however much, you can pay and watch. They do simulcasts of currently airing dramas in Korea and the rest of
Hopefully
Asia.
get a replacement.
We'll get there. They opened in 2009. They were initially acquired by a Japanese company named SoftBank, like a really big company over in Japan. And then in 2014, or they were acquired in 2014 by SoftBank, and in 2016 they were acquired by Warner Media. Until October 16th, they decided to shut down the company. To read the message that they have on the website. As of October 16th, Dramafever has been shut down for 9 years. Dramafever offered a place for streaming the best Korean, Chinese, Japanese dramas on demand straight to your device. We appreciate the passion of our fans, and it's been a privilege to deliver you this content. While this decision is difficult, there's a variety of business reasons that have led to this conclusion. We appreciate each and every one of our fans and their passion for the content Dramafever was able to bring into your lives. We'd like to take this time to extend our thanks and gratitude to you, our loyal subscribers. We'll be issuing refunds as applicable. Subscribers will receive an email from us with details in the coming days. Sincerely, the Dramafever team. So, well, I guess I'll just go through like thoughts before we go into like the overarching narrative that as to why Dramafever was shut down. So, Jacob, I'll let you go off.
Well, for me, so the way I found out, I posted it, and Andrew's like, "Old news, I posted that like 3 seconds ago." And I was like, okay, I didn't see that. I literally found out by going on Dramafever's website. Like, so I was studying Korean, like I do like try to do a lesson a day of Korean so I can learn as much as possible before I go next semester. And so I saw a video on Talk to Me in Korea, and they're like, yeah, one of the ways we recommend like learning vocabulary and stuff is literally just by watching dramas like without subtitles. So like, okay, I'll pick a drama that I already know what happens and stuff, so I can like just listen for words and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, I'll watch
context.
Goblin on Dramafever. And then so I go on Dramafever, and then I see that message. I was like, what? It's closed. How could this day get any worse? I was like, oh my god. So then I posted that, and then we were at present day where Andrew's like, what the hell, dude? I posted 3 seconds ago. Scroll up. So yeah, basically I was just like, I was really surprised by it though, like, cause I thought I was under the impression that Dramafever was doing well, because most people watch dramas on Dramafever, at least in the US.
Yeah, it's definitely Dramafever. I'd say would be the most high profile of the on-demand streaming services for Korean shows. Granted, they only carry dramas in the US, definitely.
Because I think other than that, I think what would have ultimately pushed to their demise is Netflix picking up more and more Korean dramas.
Maybe, yeah.
Hulu doing that as well.
Yeah.
And then also Viki, which is their main competitor.
Yeah.
Who is owned by Rakuten now, which is a Japanese company.
Yeah, Rakuten owns them. So your alternatives right at the current time are Viki, Cocoa, Cocoa is the official distributor all the major networks in Korea sort of made a company specifically for the purpose of licensing and distributing the Korean shows and drama. Yeah, Korean media to outside companies. So Cocoa has like their own. They have their own website, but they do distribute to Dramafever and to Viki, which is why you had like shows like used to have like Infinite Challenge, and you had like Running Man on Dramafever and that sort of thing. You also have ODK, but On Demand Korea is kind of getting gutted lately, and as you mentioned, Netflix and Hulu. So yeah, there's some shows that are just that have no replacements whatsoever. Like there's currently no legal way to other than with Dramafever, there's no legal way to watch Goblin, which is a huge show, and I'm shocked that leaving this big of a gap is like really bad. I mean, granted, Dramafever's website is shut down, but as far as I know,
Dramafever had like exclusive rights to a ton of shows, so like
a ton of shows.
Huge blow.
Oh, Netflix just needs to pick them all up.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, I'd be fine if Netflix picked them all up, except like that's a lot of work, and they tend to do their own subtitles, and like it's a lot of licensing headaches, I feel like. So I feel like I'd rather have Cocoa or something start up a new service that's
do they do subs?
Comparable in price.
Cocoa they licensed to Viki, so if you really want like stuff that was
maybe Viki can do it. Viki's really expensive though.
Oh my god, I was going to say that Dramafever is still available on Verve, but dead ass. I logged into my
they're just turned it off.
They're not there. They're not there anymore. Oh my god. Like Yep. They literally just took it off. And it was there like earlier this week too, so that's
Well, that's what I went to watch Goblin on earlier, was because I went on Verve. I was like, on Verve they have Dramafever. Let's see if it's still there, and it was. However, the only option was to watch it with English subtitles, and I wanted to watch it without subtitles.
Yeah, because they hard sub. So
I ended up not doing that. But.
Nate, do you have any experience with it or no?
I used to watch Running Man on it like years and years ago when I was keeping up with Running Man. But one thing I did find, like, there were times where there were dramas I wanted to watch that weren't on there. So obviously they didn't have everything.
Yeah.
There was some stuff that was like, I don't know if Netflix had exclusive rights or other places had exclusive rights.
Yeah.
But no, like this isn't a big deal. I just don't watch much TV in general, let alone.
Yeah, same, I guess.
So like, it's not a big blow to me, but it does kind of suck that until someone picks this stuff up, there's a lot of dramas, like big dramas that they had exclusive rights to that you just can't watch anymore
legally.
It's already hard enough to find legal sources of English subs for dramas and stuff. So hopefully someone picks all that up and we have somewhere.
Honestly, the most likely case is probably Viki's gonna pick it up, because they do subs in like 20 different languages or whatever.
Yeah,
so.
Viki is definitely the most definitely the leading candidate as a replacement, especially if you're paying for like the it's like, I don't know, it's like $90 a year or something, like if you add the Cocoa service, the Cocoa Plus.
Yeah, although that's like, Viki is significantly more expensive than Dramafever was, is that I'll point out. Like Dramafever is $1 a month.
That was the big draw for Dramafever, was $12 a year, which is but still $90 a year isn't expensive for a streaming service.
And it's, especially if you could consider just like the breadth
$7 a month or whatever.
The breadth of just content that's available in Viki. Like I'll go to it right now just to show our viewers.
They have Korean, Chinese, Japanese dramas. They have tons of stuff.
Yeah, and they have some stuff that's like exclusive to them and everything, and they're more than just dramas. They like, you can watch like, I think the show, or it's like you can watch certain like music shows on there that, and they're updated. Like you can, with like the basic subscription, you can get it like 3 weeks late, but if you pay for this $8.33 a month, $9.99 billed annual, or $99 billed annually, you can get it just like, or as it airs sort of thing. Just like the breadth of content that's available is, it's definitely worth it, it justifies the price. But I guess I could just go into like the bigger picture as to this. So again, Dramafever was owned by Warner Media, and recently, as of a couple of months ago, Warner Media was acquired by AT&T, who is making a move to start their own streaming service. So there's a lot of
maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of nonsense going on right now where it ties back into anime actually, because Funimation and Crunchyroll, two of the biggest anime distributors in the West, they had a partnership agreement where basically Funimation would dub anime shows that Crunchyroll would get the license to, and vice versa, sort of thing. But ever since the announcement, or ever since the acquisition by AT&T of Crunchyroll and Verve and Otter Media, basically, and Warner Media, Funimation is owned by Sony Pictures, so it's competing interests, or just like your competitors. So they wanted to pull out of the agreement, and at first I was kind of mad. It's like, hey, I love Funimation, and I don't have to pay for like separate like subscription just to get more anime and nonsense like that. But I can understand why. Is because like this AT&T deal sounds really like bad, just because if you consider AT&T now owns. They have their own internet service. They have their own cellular service. They own DirecTV, and now they own HBO, Turner, and Warner's like libraries. So basically they can monopolize all of that content, and they basically like they can like, oh, you need to have DirecTV and an AT&T phone and AT&T internet to access all of like this stuff, which would be complete bullshit. Because imagine if
it entirely goes into the whole like net neutrality thing. Like they're clearly setting up to do exactly what they said they wouldn't do.
Yep. And no, imagine it's like, oh, you want to watch the final season of Game of Thrones, you have to sign up for DirecTV and like this phone service and like all this sort of like, imagine the outrage. And I hope they don't do it, but I mean, honestly, with these big companies, you never expect, you really can't like put anything past them, honestly. So I don't know exactly what Korean content plays into like the bigger picture, because it's weird, because why are they shutting down Dramafever now if they're essentially going to launch this like new service only in 2019? Like, are they going to include? Are they going to just be, hey, we got our stuff back? Like, Dramafever is just going to be on this new like AT&T streaming service or whatever. But if that was the case, why shut it down almost a year in advance? Like, that doesn't make sense, because you're just like, fuck that. I'm not going to wait till 2019. I'll just sign up for another service or just not watch it. Yeah, it's just, why would you gut your customer base like that if you were just going to transition them to a different service in the long run?
Seems to me like they don't want to be helping any of their competitors in any way, shape, or form.
I guess,
so
basically.
cut off all the heads.
Yeah, maybe, and it's just maybe because they did this, or they shut down Dramafever, and they shut down another website called Filmstruck, which is basically the old like you know, like the channel TCM, Turner Classic Movies, but it's just like a subscription service, but for like classic like Turner films, and they shut that down completely. So again, it seems like they want to put everything behind one paywall as opposed to like having all these individual websites. But the thing is, though,
like why not wait? Yeah.
And no, what if you're somebody that literally does not care about like Game of Thrones or HBO stuff or Turner like TNT shows, and you're like, all I just want to do is like watch freaking like Goblin or whatever.
That's money they're losing out on.
Yeah, it's just, or just like it'd be even if they do include
at least for the next year.
Yeah, even if they do include like Korean stuff, like dramas and like television in this like AT&T subscription service, like what like poor like college kid or high school kid that wants to watch like Goblin or like Running Man or something like that, like what are they gonna do? Like they're gonna pay for, it's basically paying for a cable subscription essentially. So it just it doesn't make sense, honestly. It's so weird. So, I mean, yeah, that's basically all I wanted to talk about. It's just like a weird and just like out of nowhere situation. And I just hope that I hope it's not a bubble situation where it's like everyone starts shutting down just because they can't really, or nobody wants to risk licensing all these shows and everything. There's a lot of parallels between this and anime, in terms of like licensing agreements or just like distribution, that sort of thing. It's really complicated because you have to license for each individual country. Like, Viki carries Goblin, but it's not available in the West because they don't have the licensing rights for it. It's a huge mess basically, and it just makes it like a lot harder for people to like get into K-dramas. Honestly, that's the big reason why I didn't get into it, just because it's just like, where do I watch this stuff that I won't get the FBI knocking on my door? Honestly, it's just too complicated at this point. So
yeah, they need a place like Crunchyroll where they can literally just find almost anything.
And I mean, yeah, like Dramafever was that. I guess it's just they didn't see it as financially viable. And I mean, Crunchyroll might be on its way out, considering like Verve is just basically like the new Crunchyroll essentially, if you think about it.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I hope somebody is like, hey, there's a gap in the market. Maybe we can license all these shows. Maybe like Viki or ODK, or we'll pick it up, or maybe we'll get a new service from Warner. But yeah, it's just still really weird. And like, again, Dramafever was just such a big name in like the Western K-pop community, and just to see it go away like this is really sad.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's pretty much everything we wanted to cover this week. So, thanks for listening.
Do we have anything upcoming?
I don't think so.
Eyes One.
At least not for me.
Eyes
Oh
One.
yeah, Eyes One.
Well, that'll be out by the time.
Yeah, by the
this is
time
out.
you watch this video, we
Yeah.
will have done a just quick album review or mini album review of Eyes One's debut mini album and everything.
Color Eyes.
Yeah, so that's going to be under the Produce Cast moniker, so keep an eye out for that if you haven't checked that out yet. So yeah, I think that's the only thing that we have other than just more DaebakCast and stuff.
Stay throbbingly Daebak.
Stay thrivingly drama. I don't
But
know.
you don't say throbbingly. That's our thing.
I don't know.
You're
I'm
supposed
trying to
be
give you
a-
guys. I'm trying to give you guys something here. Like stay.
No, throbbingly Daebak album.
Okay,
Yeah.
you guys just
Just
suck.
like Boa
You guys
So
just
good.
suck. Bye.
on Young.
I was gonna say it's not actually Tropical House, but there's definitely
More like
elements of
Popical
Tropical
House,
in
if
it.
anything. It's just
yeah,
like,
yeah. It's Okay, Popical House is a thing now.
Okay, no. Wait, hold on. We should cut that out. So before somebody's gonna steal that shit and
Somebody's gonna
use
steal that idea.
somebody way more famous than us is gonna steal that and coin that term.
Nobody listens to this.